So good afternoon. The GWA podcast coming from Los Angeles, California, downtown. I got my man Fred here. I got my man Derek. I got my man Reggie, and I'm Big O, your host. So what we decided to do was we know each other through our Golf LA group
relationship
with
we
you know,
play.
and these guys are some of the best guys I've ever met in my life. Amazingly, I know Derek. We've been knowing each other since we were 5 years old. I met Fred through Golf LA. I met Reggie through Golf LA, and we just decided, you know, we start to see some of the things around here, the information that people give us, the stuff that we see on social media, whatever else, and we have good opinions about things. And these are all good guys. Also, a lot of people probably don't know this. We're all girl dads.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, I have a daughter. Derek has two daughters. He has a daughter and a son, and we know he has two daughters because he loves his daughters immensely.
And I talk about it all the time.
Talk about it all the time.
So it's gonna be LA centric. So we're gonna talk about the Dodgers. We're gonna talk about the Angels. We're gonna talk about the Rams. We're gonna talk about the Chargers, USC football, UCLA football, and the stuff that we do around here. We'll talk about the Lakers.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll talk about the Lakers because we have somebody that absolutely loves LeBron. I mean, this dude right
you
here.
could leave them Clippers out though.
I say, you know what?
You see, I didn't say nothing about the Clippers. We don't even need to talk about them. It's not even LA
look, I
basketball.
love Big Brother, Little Brother. The Clippers are fine now that they got new management, and what they're doing in LA. I mean, in Inglewood is absolutely amazing.
That's true.
So
That part is true.
True.
yeah. So and we don't know exactly what our audience is going to be right now. So we're going to be all inclusive to everyone.
Yes.
Why you look at me like that?
Because
Because
I'm just waiting to hear you talk about all inclusive. Okay.
Well, all inclusive mean that what if this is the first time
includes all.
somebody has
That means that everybody's going to get a chance to give their opinion, right?
You trying to tell me to shut up?
No,
Is that
I'm
what
not
you're
trying
me
to
be
be.
quiet?
No,
not yet.
I love you, and I know,
Not yet.
and I know you have a lot of skills. So I'm just going to let you do what you do.
Wait a minute.
Okay?
See, we can never just have a regular conversation, and mostly it's because I'm a regular guy, and this dude right here is the most interesting man in the world. Like I pick him up this morning. He called me at 4:30 a.m. this morning. Hey man, I'm like, man, it is 4:30, bro. What? He's like, you know, you got to pick me up today at 9:30. I'm like, we said 10 o'clock. I said 10 o'clock. 4:30 in the morning, man. I'm barely wiping the cobwebs out of my eye or whatever else. And I'm like, okay. I said, so I hung up. This is the first time I ever hung up on you. I'm sorry for hanging up on you this morning, man. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So then he calls me back at 6:30. I'm like, yo. I'm like, I know, man. He's like, no, because he has a wonderful fiance. Her name is Carmen. We all love Carmen. He loves Carmen.
Derek, you haven't met
Smile on his
Carmen.
face.
You haven't met. You
I
haven't
always
met.
see the big smile.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
Well, anyway, let me get this off. Okay, so Derek originally from where? Introduce yourself.
Acting like you don't know me.
Man,
Man.
hey, it is what it is, bro.
So originally, I am from Gardena. Believe it or not, moved to Long Beach when I was a young kid.
Okay.
My parents got a divorce. I moved to Long Beach. My mom met my stepfather. My stepfather was his dad's best friend.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh.
That's when I had the unfortunate opportunity to meet this guy.
And I know it's unfortunate, brother.
It was, man. It was.
It's
It
a
only
life-changing
And
experience.
that was, I don't know, what was that, 50 years ago now?
50
40,
years.
40
Wow.
years ago?
Hey, brother, it only takes about a month, though, really.
It take a couple minutes,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
It really
yeah. But you know,
takes a couple
we
minutes.
do have something that's really interesting, and we get a chance to talk about it. This is 4 different decades right now.
That's true.
Yes.
That's true. And
70?
1870?
Yeah.
Right.
This guy, man.
70s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
69.
69. Mhm.
Yeah, 59.
69.
Me and I'm same age.
Oh, I thought you were in your 40s.
Hey, man, look, if you don't stop with this,
Oh, I
I
just
will fight you on
That's a
camera.
compliment.
I'll fight you. I'll fight you on camera.
But
He in his 40s,
we
he
do
just
have.
died. He just died his goatee.
What are you talking about?
He in
This,
his 40s.
a mosquito bit me this
Yeah.
morning. It was gray yesterday. Today is black. Oh, that's what mosquitoes do. They just
Yeah.
walk around. Hey, you know
But-
what?
but
We're
we
gonna
do-
bless you with a little blackness.
But
That's all
what
right
we
here.
do have in common is we like sports.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And golf. Yeah.
And golf.
And like golf.
And golf is a
And
sport.
golf.
but
That is a sport, though,
Yeah,
right?
that is a sport.
It's crazy. I mean, I've known him my whole life, basically. I didn't even know he grew up in Gardena. I just remember him being in Long Beach. His dad and my dad, I'm talking about tight. I mean,
Okay.
super, super tight to the point where when if you don't mind me talking about this,
Absolutely.
when his dad passed away, my dad because he was driving the streets of LA and doing things or whatever else. He was so emotional about the places that they did stuff together. They worked together for almost 20 years. They did all this stuff. We went over to his house. We went to the Grand Canyon, and I'll tell you stories about the Grand Canyon. We had all kind of trips or whatever else back in the day or whatever else. My dad decided to move from Compton, and that's where I grew up, to Palmdale, because he just couldn't, the scenery, it was too much for him.
Yeah.
Well, Dad and my mom was like, I want a bigger house, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
So Fred, give us a little bit about you.
grew up, let's see, born in LA General Hospital. And grew up in Duarte. Yeah, hey,
Wow.
that's what it was back
LA
then. It's
General,
USC County Medical now.
Right,
is what they
yeah.
call it.
Okay.
But back then it was LA General.
Okay.
So, yeah, I was born there, raised a little bit early years in LA, and then we moved to Duarte.
Duarte.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gordy's Valley, and that's the valley.
Yeah,
right?
it's
That's
San
Valley,
Gabriel
right?
Valley.
Yeah.
Okay.
What
San Gabriel Valley, right?
San Gabriel
Yeah.
Valley.
San
City
Gabriel
of Hope.
Valley.
Yeah, San
Okay.
Gabriel.
San Gabriel
So you
Valley.
got Monrovia, Arcadia,
Okay.
Pasadena.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
And we play golf in all these places because in our golf league we play in different places every first Saturday.
Right,
So we played all over the place.
Oh,
we
yeah.
played out in San Gabriel Valley, San Fernando Valley, or whatever
Yeah,
else.
just about everywhere.
Brookside.
Absolutely,
just about
absolutely.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm the oldest guy, and I've been in Los Angeles since 1950. So I've seen the city. Yeah, and I know. I feel the same way.
1950.
Yeah. I feel the same way.
Was it in black and white back then? Or was it just one?
Yeah.
Everything was
Okay.
in black and white.
Everything was
just life was black and white.
Across the board. It was just,
Everything was in black and white.
So it changed the color in what year?
Well, I can't tell you that, but I can tell you one thing. Everything has changed. Okay.
Yeah.
I grew up in over by the Pueblo projects. Okay. And all of us know about projects. I don't know if you ever lived there. And I lived where I grew up is the old movie theater, the Bill Robinson Theater, Bill Robinson Theater. That's an actor from the 20s. Okay, and that was that part of the city was where people that looked like us lived for many, many years. Okay, I lived at 5716 Fortuna, over on just almost the city of
said
Vernon.
Tuna.
Fortuna.
Fortuna,
Yeah.
okay.
Just
You want to sound
Man, I'm hungry. I don't know what right now.
just south.
Little tuna tartare sounds real good right now. So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's okay. Just south of downtown LA, and just towards Vernon. So you're almost at the edge of the city
city boundaries.
city boundaries. Yeah.
Okay.
And I've been in LA. Moved to central Los Angeles around 82nd and Main. I grew up around Fremont High School. A lot of good athletes. Willie Crawford.
Sure.
Guys like that. That was
Eric Davis.
Eric. Yeah.
Eric
See,
Davis went to Fremont.
yeah. Willie Crawford was my contemporary.
Okay.
And Eric
And he
Davis.
played what sport?
Huh?
What sport did
He played baseball. He played for the Dodgers.
I know this, man, but the audience doesn't know this.
Got a point.
set up,
So we have
yeah.
to set it up to where whatever.
Yeah, you
okay,
got
can
a
we
point.
go on now?
No,
He was
all
number
we have to do is
27,
all
man.
we,
That was-
all we
my
have to do is
guy.
just answer the question, just like you did. Yeah,
you yelling
yeah.
at me, man.
But
Can you use
no,
your
I'm just
inside voice
saying.
in here?
I grew up around those guys. Okay, and we just got together and we started talking about sports. And I know you guys had a different situation. In the 70s, that was the time when things were really starting to change in Los Angeles. All right, and so that was, and I was doing the kind of work that I got a chance to see all of LA.
Yeah.
You don't mind us talking about that?
Yeah, I was a cop for 30 years.
Oh, wow.
I was a cop
Okay.
for 30 years.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Arrested you a couple times.
Yeah, that's
But we won't
that's
talk
how we
about
met.
that
That's
on
how we
camera.
met.
Yeah, we won't talk about that part. We gonna
But
leave
you
that
know
one
what? I went to get my passport, and I had to get a copy of my birth certificate because I didn't have a copy of my birth certificate. So I'm looking at my birth certificate. All the stuff I know.
Right.
My mom and my dad and all this or whatever else.
Time of birth.
All that, time. I'm like 4:00 a.m. Okay, cool. And I look on there under race, and this is 1969, man. It had Negro on there.
Yeah.
Still does.
I was born
Still
a Negro.
does. It right. You was born a Negro.
I was born a Negro.
And you were born a Negro.
1959.
And
I was born
and
in
he was
Dallas.
born right next to Jesus Christ. It was Jesus Christ. It was Methuselah. It was It was Cronus, because Cronus was, Cronus, the time guy or whatever. It was, whatever.
that guy.
Right there. He was a Titan. You didn't know that, did you? In mythology, you know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, man.
But I didn't meet him. I didn't
You
meet
did.
him.
You did.
I didn't
Hey,
meet
man, why
him.
you got your shirt all unbuttoned and everything like you
Oh,
like
I'm
a
sorry.
sex symbol or something like that?
sorry.
No, go ahead, man. I mean,
If it works. If it works.
I'm just trying to
I
live.
mean, you're very handsome. I mean, I'm
Well,
just
thank-
saying like
well,
that. If
thank
I was
you,
a woman, I'd be like, oh my
Got
God.
his button up
That's
all the
exactly
way
what
to
I
the top, though.
I am.
Well,
The
yeah.
collar a little bit,
Right,
man.
just a little bit, man.
Yeah,
Just
all right.
one button. I'm just
There you
gonna do
go.
one
There
button.
you
There you go.
So where did you go to school?
I grew up in LA. And like we talked about, our fathers knew each other. So I first remember was right off of it. It's now Obama, but it was Rodeo, and I want to say Crenshaw. Was it Crenshaw and Rodeo? No, it's not Crenshaw and Rodeo. La Brea and Rodeo.
La Brea-
La Brea and
La Brea-
Rodeo.
La Brea-
There's,
La Brea and
there's,
Rodeo.
and it's
Yeah.
still there. It's an apartment
Yeah.
complex that was there, and that's kind of where I grew up or whatever else, and moved
Man,
from
not
there.
4,400 though.
Huh? Say it again.
4,400.
Maybe.
Grandparents
Yeah.
did.
So
What year?
1969 is when I was
69.
born, but it was about 73, 74. So my mom and dad, when they met, they got a divorce when I was 3 years old. So then my dad remarried, and then that's where we lived. But my biological mom, she actually lived in the same complex. So I would like walk down, hang out with my biological mom, come back, hang out, whatever else. I don't want to say biological mom, that's ridiculous. I just want you to know the difference between, whatever else.
Right.
So, and his dad would come over all the time, and they would have real big like picnics and barbecues and stuff like that. And they worked at the county, and this is the trip. I was talking to my mom the other day about it. On Fridays, they would leave the whole office. And when I mean the whole office of the county building was on Adams and Grand. Adams and Grand.
Yep.
So the whole office, you're talking about 100 people, will go over to the park, and they would just have a barbecue on Fridays. Make sure everybody has their work done right about 12 o'clock and just hang out or whatever else. And that's the kind of stuff we used to do.
Yeah.
So I used to go over to his dad's house in Long Beach. We used to hang out or whatever else. And, I was kind of a rambunctious kid.
Oh, I
But
can't
yeah,
believe that.
you got, it would
know.
really surprise you guys.
You don't say.
Fred, that just shocked you, right?
Yeah, I'm just shocked.
I saw you kind of nodding off a little bit. It just popped up real quick. Yeah.
Man, I don't like your attitude sometimes.
I know. I don't like your
Oh, we're
attitude
talking about
most of
nodding
the
off?
time.
Okay,
right?
so let me go back to the story before I get
Well,
into that or
why
whatever.
don't you finish what you're saying? Because there's other people that
Okay,
probably.
first of all, you're not the boss of me, number
I-
one.
that's
Your
true.
boss is back there. That's Adrian. She's a producer. Hi, Adrian. How you doing?
Hi, Adrian.
She's amazing. She does so many. Okay, so that's where I grew up, and then my dad, he decided that.
He asked you where you went to high school, like kind of.
Oh, high school? Well, he said we went to school actually. I
school
remember-
was,
you know,
okay.
care about
I haven't
elementary
even heard in
school, bro.
elementary school. I ain't heard of school yet.
Have you heard of school?
Okay. Well, I went to 32nd
Preschool?
Street.
Yeah.
I want to say what
Where'd you
school
go
I
to
went
high
to.
school?
I
We
was
don't
really
care about the
no.
elementary
I want to
school
talk
you went
about
to,
this,
bro.
man, because I went to 32nd Street, USC Magnet, which was right across the street from USC, and it was
Yeah.
affiliated. So it was
Right
a
on
performing
program,
arts
yeah.
and science junior high school. So we did dance, we had acting, we had what they call tanza, which was like a Bavarian dance or whatever else. We had modern dance. We did film claymation. We did all kind of stuff. The funniest thing is, I was in the 6th grade. Right around that time was when Star Wars came out, and one of the guys was working on the set. So he was like, "Hey, I got something to tell you guys next week. Remind me." So when we were in class, we reminded him like, "What is this?" or whatever else. He said, "You guys can't say anything." And Star Wars was coming out that week. This was the premiere. Premieres back in the day was a little different. As linear TV is different than it is now, or whatever else.
Yeah.
So he says, "You guys ready?" I'm like, "Yeah." He says, "Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's father." And we was like, "Oh man, get out of here." One girl started crying in the front. No, not Luke. Like, yeah, it shocked everybody. And this is the guy that did the so we had a lot of stuff when I would walk across the street. This is back when Charles White was running back.
Yeah.
He was a tailback, bringing it back to sports or whatever else.
you go.
He was a tailback, and Marcus Allen was a fullback. Now, I didn't know anything. It was just a bunch of brothers with afros, but they were having a good time. I mean, these dudes were built, strong, fast.
Yeah.
They were winning championships at the time. So this is the kind of atmosphere that I grew up in, and it was a stark contrast because in Compton, where I grew up, man, it was when I moved over there when I was 12. They told me that you'll be lucky to live past 18. And I'm 12-year-old for a 12-year-old.
I know that's hard.
You know,
Hard
hearing
to
that,
swallow,
I went to
Yeah.
the school. I went to 32nd Street. I was the only black kid in our class. It was a magnet school. You know, I was in the gifted program. You know, I was doing our plays and all this other kind of stuff, whatever else. For somebody at 12, and you really don't know how to hit your psyche. Me, I just kind of went on or whatever else. But to say that you only got 6 years to live. But going through that at the time, this is when NWA was coming out. This is when the crack epidemic was happening, all that stuff or whatever else. You know, you start to see gunplay. I got jumped a couple of times for my starter jacket, whatever else. My mom had to start picking me up or whatever. So I'm in an insulated area at 32nd Street where everybody gets along. We have a lot of creative kids. Kids are kind of over the top. Theater kids, they're a little bit different. And then I go from there every day to the hood, basically. And it's not really the hood. When we had a nice house, 3 bedrooms, 1 bath or whatever else. We grew up in the streets. It really wasn't that. But our street was really unique because we had 3 guys on our street that went on to play professional baseball. And because I played baseball at the time, man, we got to go to the park with our bats and just have at it with good instruction from those guys. And that's how I started loving baseball. I coach baseball to this day. So that was my dynamic growing up. It was a real weird balance. My first girlfriend was a white girl. I didn't think about, she was white. Only thing I knew was that she liked me, and she came up to me and she was like, "Otis, you gonna be my boyfriend?" I was like,
yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
I'd never seen.
She just chose you. She just.
Well, I mean,
Had that swag.
Yeah.
I had
How
no game.
How old
Was that
were
last
you?
year? What was that?
That
Year
was
before
2 years
last?
ago. That was 2 years ago. That was 2 years ago.
Right,
And I don't want to dominate this whole thing, but the bottom line is it was weird, in that situation. I'll give a quick story. Quick story, I promise. So we're walking through the alley, myself and a guy named Jesse Wise who lived across the street from me. Now Jesse was always a big kid. We were in the 6th grade. He was already 6 foot tall, probably about 205. I mean, big dude
That's
or
a big
whatever
guy.
else. Yeah, it's a big dude in 6th grade. So we're walking. I'm a smaller guy. I'm probably like 5'6", probably 120 or something like that. So a guy walks up to us with a .357 Magnum and puts it to Jesse's head and said, "I'm gonna kill you right now." And me, I panicked. So it's fight or flight. I didn't know what fight or flight was, and
know
I
what flight or
panicked.
flight
Oh
was?
no,
No,
it was.
no.
I froze. The reason why
Was
I
this
you
in
didn't even
Compton?
remember?
this is in Compton.
Yeah,
this
this
is
is
in
Compton.
Compton.
Yeah, I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
This was in Compton. So I froze, and I mostly froze because the guy that did this, we knew him. His name was Jamal Tucker. So when he pulled the gun out on us, I didn't know what to think, and so all of a sudden Jesse started, and then you never see Jesse get emotional about anything, man, and the tears start coming down his eyes. And I'm looking, and then he starts to laugh, and he puts the man, I wasn't gonna shoot you. I said, man, now fast forward about a year later, he goes to jail. He comes back about 2 years later, and you know what he asked me when he saw me?
What's that?
He said, man, Jesus Christ is your Lord and personal Savior.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
It's that's the kind of stuff that people don't realize, especially with people of color, man. It's a lot of trauma that we kind of went through in the situations that we were in. And I'm not trying to bring the show down. Or
Well,
whatever,
no,
but
but
there
life
was
in
true, though.
America, is
Life
trauma
in
every day.
it, exactly.
You're going to deal with some trauma on some kind of level.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So Fred, how'd you grow up?
I grew up here, like I said, early in the city. Grandparents, father, a minister. So I'm a church kid.
Oh,
Yeah.
your
So,
father was a
yeah,
minister?
Yeah. Yeah, he just
What,
passed a few
what
years ago.
denomination?
AME Zion.
Okay.
African
Okay.
Methodist
Yeah.
Episcopal Zion.
All right.
So actually, almost just right here around the corner was one of our churches,
Okay.
So, but just spending time in the church, playing sports, being a pretty good kid. But you grow up in the neighborhood, and you can loosely. So there's some definite association when you're like being active in certain things, and then there's the loose association when you're around it. So I was kind of around a lot of things, did a couple things, but fairly. I was fortunate in that I didn't really, I didn't have a lot of bad things happen. So that was it. But just
kid,
playing
huh?
sports, being in the church, had a good family. That was it. Yeah.
For me, I'll tell you, Otis always talks about my stepfather, who
Otis, who's Otis? I'm
Big
Big
O.
O.
Oh,
Big
oh,
O.
I gave up his government
government
name.
name.
That's his government name. Okay.
Hold on,
boy,
I'll
that's my
back, you,
boy.
I'll back you guys up with a quick story. I thought his name was Junior. This is a true
Junior.
story.
Okay.
Till probably 2000. Man, what, like
Because my name is Junior
2016
to
or
all my
something like that?
relatives and my close friends. I grew up
Okay.
Junior.
Growing up, he was Junior. So I
My
thought
dad
that
name
was
was
his
Carl.
name.
Okay.
Junior, and so I'm
I'm
Carl
8, 9
Junior.
years old. I thought his name was Junior. Buddy of mine who I went to college with, who also went to high school with Otis, which is why I now call him Otis. He says, man, I want you to meet my boy. He's cool. Cool dude. You want to meet him? Everything about him is great, man. I want you. I said, okay, let's do that. So we hook up at another friend's house. I see him. My boy says, man, this is my boy Otis.
This guy right here.
Talking about Junior?
I was like, yeah.
He and
yeah,
I
that's-
laughed because I literally did not know his name
Yeah.
was Otis
Yeah.
at all. But that's your dad's name, and I didn't know that either.
He
So
goes by.
is your dad Carl Otis or Otis Carl?
Okay, so my I
how
got
you-
two uncles named Otis Rushing. Okay, I have my dad's name is Otis Carl Rushing. My grandfather is Otis Rushing, so I'm Otis Carl Rushing Jr. That's why they call me Junior.
Okay.
My dad's name he went by Carl, his middle name,
bring
so
it
he was
back.
Carl Jr.
Nobody calls you. I'm gonna bring it back.
Yeah,
Junior?
oh, yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah,
bring
yeah.
it back. Junior.
Yeah.
Junior was always in trouble. I can tell you that now.
Oh, I can see
Every
that.
time O came to my
can
house,
see
it would
that.
be a different scar or band-aid
Better.
or rap or
Better.
cast
Yeah.
or something.
Right,
Better.
right.
Always, man.
I mean,
It was
I
all
broke
over the
my
place.
Actively.
Yeah.
bro.
But so my mom and my stepfather got married. I want to say I was probably 10 years old or so. So we moved from Gardena to where my mom and stepfather, after they were married, bought a house in Long Beach. At the time, because I was growing up with my mom and sister only, I didn't really have that male parental sort of supervision that I needed.
Right.
My mom said, look, if you going to school in this area, you're going to private school. So I was K through 12 private school.
Wow.
Catholic school. Yeah.
Okay. Which one?
So I went to St. Lucy's and I went to St. Anthony's.
Okay. Where's
Played
St.
with,
Anthony? I've heard of St.
Downtown
Anthony.
Long Beach.
Okay.
Okay. And Long. So you grew up in Long Beach.
I grew up in Long Beach.
Okay.
Yeah. Played basketball. I had the opportunity
was
to go
good, too.
to Poly High School.
Okay.
Because my mom said, look, you get the grades you want in high school, you and your sister get to choose where you want to go. My sister chose Poly. I was probably 5'8" at the time. Poly had a perennial program.
Yeah, they
of
did.
basketball players who
Still do.
I played with in the neighborhood, and I was just as good as. But some of these dudes were 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah.
So I said, you know what? I'm probably not going to start if I go to Poly.
Okay.
Me and 3 of my other buddies went to St. Anthony's, and we ended up playing with a dude, Derek Martin, who you guys might know his name.
Yeah.
Went to
But
UCLA. That
absolutely
Derek
went to
He
UCLA.
did.
Yeah, yeah.
He
So
did.
we had a
Played
pretty
with
good
the Raiders,
we
right?
beat Poly. We beat. No, he played basketball.
Basketball.
He played for the
Basketball.
Clippers.
Okay.
He went to
Yeah.
UCLA.
Yeah, he
Okay.
did.
And then
Okay.
he ended up playing for the Clippers for several years, and he played on Magic Johnson's travel team for
Yeah.
probably 10 or 12 years.
Yeah, he was a really good ball player.
He was.
But he was from Compton.
Yeah,
Just like, he's from Compton.
So
yeah.
at St. Anthony's, because it was a private school, there was no district where you had to go to school. You could choose whatever private
Yeah.
school you wanted.
Yeah.
Your parents wouldn't pay for it.
Okay.
So a lot of the players that I played with grew up in the Compton area, went to St. Anthony's, so we had a pretty decent basketball team for 4 or 5 years.
Wow. Okay.
He's being humble. He was a really good basketball player.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a really good athlete.
Yeah.
I was. For my size, I was a good athlete. I graduated, I was 17 years old. I graduated about
Yeah, same here.
I was 5'10", 5'11". I grew till I was 18 in college, ended up being whatever I am now, 6.5 feet. But I was a good athlete and got much better my freshman and sophomore year in college. I sort of wish I would have played a little more football than I did.
I don't know if he's 6 feet. I think he's 5'11".
I'm taller than I'm taller than this guy. That's all we need to know.
So I can tell that conversation goes is all this. Now, but you played. I mean, you grew
Football
up
and
outside,
yeah.
but you
So we played all sports, you know, whether it was baseball, basketball, football on bicycles. Figured out how to do
Yeah,
that.
right, right,
So I
right.
mean, we played all sports, but yeah, coming through school at Duarte High, played football, basketball, baseball. all
Was
of them.
Duarte more known for football? Football team?
At that time, I would say we were kind of known for track.
Okay.
More
see,
so.
growing up in Duarte, from my perspective, that's like a whole nother state.
For us, yeah, exactly.
That's just like another state. You see, now I grew up and at 123 East 82nd Street. Okay, I mean like right in the heart right in the heart of the city. Yeah, we moved there in 1955, and I stayed there until I was 18 years old and went out and started living on my own. But I was right in the heart of the city. That was the reason I became a police officer. When everybody talks about the riots in in 69 and stuff like that, but I was there for the 65 riots.
I can remember that.
August the 11th. That was the first riots down in Imperial and San Pedro.
Yeah.
That was okay.
That was before the Watts riots or that?
That was the start of
That was the
the
start
Watts
of it.
riot.
Now, how did that start?
It started where Tommy Gillette, an old kid that just grew up in the projects, got stopped by the police, and I guess the mother got involved in it. It's an old event. I don't remember it, but because I was still pretty young then.
I was about 5.
I was like 17, but I was 17.
Yeah,
I was like about 17 years old. I actually was watching the National Guard go down Main Street during the riots, and I'm 17 years old. That's what caused me to say I could be a cop.
Okay.
Because not only were the National Guard, but I lived 5 blocks from 77 Police Station. Okay, and that's on Main and 77th Street. So when the National Guard came through, they came right down Main Street. Okay, so I saw Army trucks, all these guys, but I saw a lot of cops. Because it was the riots, and most everything that was happening in Watts. But I lived at 82nd and Main, and the police station was on 77th and Main. So you would just see them leaving, headed to go to Watts or wherever they were going to go. And when I first saw police officers, it was like watching television. You knew that they drove up and down the street, but it was like it was unreal to see it happening with so many cops.
Yeah.
And at that point, I had decided at 17 years old that I would become a cop. And in 1974, I joined the LAPD.
It had to be kind of tough back then, though.
I was going to say that.
Oh yeah, I had friends of mine that were getting beat up by the cops. The cops were tough. You guys know that the cops were really tough in the 70s. Okay,
Yeah.
and it was a big deal. But I knew, for whatever reason, it just spoke to my heart that I needed to be a cop. That was the way. That's how I grew up. So I didn't get in much trouble, as a young adult. Yeah.
The riots in, what was it, 92?
92.
LA
92.
LA riots?
Come on, was that Rodney King?
The Rodney King.
That was what, 92-ish?
Yeah, 92.
Yeah, it was 92.
Early
Now,
90s.
where are you guys? I was in college at the time.
I
I was watching everything from, I was in Talladega, Alabama.
I was in
HBCU
Pasadena.
out
I
there.
lived in Pasadena.
You were in
at that time,
Pasadena?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was in San Diego.
You were in San
State.
Diego when that happened. And then
And I was on vacation. I was living in Woodland Hills, and I was a sergeant on the LAPD. So guess what happened? Guess where I spent 92?
in the midst of all of this.
In the midst of it.
Wow.
I
remember entertaining the thought, though, I could go get me a TV. But I did
know
not
I felt
do
bad.
that.
No,
but I'm just telling the truth.
it's the truth. Right.
The thought does kind of go through your mind, though.
What were you
I was
thinking?
I was just about to say the same thing. We were at San Diego State and we saw it on the news.
okay.
And a couple of buddies of mine called me. And they said, man, you should hurry up and get down here. Because people going in and out of stores
I got
grabbing
the
whatever
same-
they want.
I got the
And
same
it
phone
seems
call,
like
right.
nobody is stopping them.
Yeah.
So what do? We get in the car, drive from San Diego, and we got stopped at the border. You know the little border crossing thing right there in the Oceanside?
Yeah,
By Camp
yeah.
Pendleton?
Yeah.
They were stopping people and turning them back the other
okay.
way.
Making
They
them-
wouldn't let
making
people
them-
drive
making
in
them-
LA that way.
Okay, so I got a
not know
question
that.
for you.
Yeah,
And you
okay.
don't have to answer this question.
Okay.
You don't have to answer this question.
Okay.
There was rumors.
I'm scared.
There were rumors during the 92 riots that you guys had police snipers on buildings to make sure people wouldn't go to Beverly Hills. Is that the truth?
No, that's not true.
You said that with a straight face.
That's absolutely not true.
I had a cop friend of mine. He said he was a sniper there. He said he He snipped 3 or 4
snipped?
people.
He like,
You know, that's a sniper term. See, you know, it's called snips. You know, hey, you got one. I snipped one. So
no.
Well, I'm
didn't
sure
happen.
there was heavy presence to make sure that.
Oh yeah, well, quite naturally, you have to stop the problem. Okay,
Right. Yeah.
and so yeah, it was the '90s.
We don't want to get you in trouble, but
No, you don't have to get me in trouble because I was out there working. Okay,
Okay.
yeah, and I did. I was actually on vacation when it started. You know, my daughter was born in 1991.
Okay.
So the next year
Yep.
was when the riots happened.
Wow.
And so I was actually at home when all this broke out, and I was working. I had just made lieutenant actually, and they moved me down to where the Rodney King thing happened.
Okay.
About a month after it, when things quieted down, they moved me right into. I don't even remember the station now. It's. I'll think of it in a minute. But
well, which wife was that? That was the 7th or the 8th wife.
He's like,
Because you know,
weren't
go
supposed
by
to
the
talk about
wives. You know,
See,
people
now
need
you
point.
can get
You need a
that
point of
back.
reference.
now wait a minute. Now,
we
wait a
all
minute.
love Adrian and Adrian's mother and whatever. Whatever.
I
But
just
he
told
been married.
you.
Is
I just
it 8
told
times
you.
or 9 times?
See, you know what?
It grows. You know, 'cause we walk by people. You know, that's my ex-wife. I'm like, hell, like just randomly, maybe we at a game or something like that. He's like, that's her right there. I was like, he waved to her. And they waved
guy.
back. They
This
all
guy,
love
man.
him. They all love him, no matter what it is. You
course.
know,
He's a
all
great
of a
guy.
sudden I saw one girl. She comes. She just jumps in his arms and wraps his. I'm like, what was that? Oh man, that's wife number 7, man. Just, you know, me and her, she just, you know, whatever. But they love you, man. Everybody loves you. Everybody loves you.
Yeah. Well, I was working during the '92 riots. Okay. Yeah. I had to give up my vacation.
Wow.
And go to work.
Oh wow.
And then it's funny because that was at Foothill Division out in the Valley.
Yeah.
Okay. And right after that, I got promoted as to lieutenant, a higher job as a lieutenant, and I moved back to 77. So I was right back in the area where I grew up, right there where I grew up.
So you retired as a lieutenant?
No, I retired as a captain.
As a
Okay,
captain?
yeah, I was the
Why you
area.
look like you was real aggressive, like you was about to slap me or something, because I didn't know you was a captain.
no.
Man,
I'm
we're trying to
just-
get information from
I'm
you, man.
just saying-
Every single time, man, you always trying to bully people. Every single team, Adrian doesn't know that side of you.
Do I
We're
sound
gonna
like?
have to switch this. Are we going to switch the scene?
Every time,
Do I
bro.
sound like a bully?
Every time.
No,
Do I
no.
sound-
You just
Bro,
intimidated.
Adrian,
you know,
Adrian had to
O
put
is
makeup
gonna put
on me
some-
because I had a black eye because he punched me this
Always
morning.
gonna put something in
That
the
was-
mix.
Well, but I think he gets nervous about stuff.
I do, man. Every time you always putting your hand, he
Well, I
only
talk
used
with
the
my
right
hand.
hand. It's just
I think
I talk
think
with my
smart,
hands.
good-looking people intimidate him a little bit.
Is that it? I think I know. See, you grew up.
except for you and everything. Except for you.
Yeah, you grew up with
Like-
it, so you know
because
you know what it takes.
this is
You know
this
what
is
it
Black Papa Smurf right here. You know that, right?
Absolutely.
This is Black Papa Smurf.
I'm proud of it. Man.
It is.
Took me some time to grow
You
up.
know, right.
takes. But I mean, I know you guys were. I know you were a dynamite athlete.
I was pretty good. I was.
I was a good.
Otis now.
I had a baseball scholarship.
Otis
man.
had a scholarship to college though.
I did.
Okay.
Otis played. Well, he tried to sort of play a little bit of quarterback.
I played quarterback.
But
I just want to say,
and he can play some baseball as well.
Okay.
He got a scholarship to actually go play baseball, which I don't know if any of us got a college scholarship to play a sport. So technically, we got to give him some kudos for being one of the better athletes.
I give
well,
it.
he got a scholarship for having like 10 wives. I mean, when you get to 8, you get a scholarship, and then you could have 2 more after that.
He keeps bringing up this situation about how many times I've been married.
I'm sorry, man. Well, you said everything was on the table. I was like, you don't want me to go ahead and say anything, and I will.
I'm just wondering if you might have an issue. Is that?
I don't. I've been married once. I've been married once. I never did it again. I don't.
I saw a photograph of your daughter. Okay, your daughter's pretty close to Adrian's age, right?
My daughter is 31. She'll be 32 this year.
yeah.
I love my daughter.
My daughter's 32.
Okay, look at this.
32.
Now we do have something in
21 and
common, don't we?
26.
Huh?
For me, 21 and 26.
21 and 26.
21 and 26. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So let's bring it back to the sports part of it.
Yeah.
Now, as far as teams that we follow, I'm a Lakers fan.
Lakers fan.
You know, I grew up a Lakers fan, and a lot of people, you know, well, maybe they don't know it about LA. LA went 25 years basically without having a football team. So when I grew up, it was the Anaheim Rams, what they would call the LA Rams, and then we didn't have another football team. We had the Dodgers and we had the Lakers. So, and because I lived in Compton, and you know, maybe it was the same with you guys. I didn't until I was like 18 years old. I didn't really venture outside of where I went to school. You know, we would go on family trips. You know, we would go to Louisiana and come back. The Grand Canyon. We'll talk about that later. You know, or whatever.
Sounds
else.
like you guys have something in
We
common
do.
on that
Oh
Grand.
man, the Grand Canyon was a trip. But he gonna tell you a lie, and I'm gonna tell you the truth, and we'll go from there. We'll go from there. Whatever else. But I didn't go to Hollywood until I was like 18 years old, until I was out of my father's house and started to venture out. So so the thing for me was once you know, and you know, real quick, you know, my dad and I had an altercation, and then I was out of the house. So I had to go find my apartment.
Rightfully so.
When you get to that altercation stage,
when you get to that place, you gotta go.
Alpha male, lion, stuff like that. I'm not
You
gonna
gotta
get too far
go.
into it. We know it is what it is, or whatever else.
Here's the saying. Oh, you think you're a man now?
Yeah, you know. So I went to college. My first year, I was just trying to make it. So I had to go get a job, worked for Securities Pacific Bank, which ended up being Wells Fargo, which is now, I think, Bank of America or whatever else. I'm not, it's Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo. And then during that time, it was a lot of violence in the 80s. So we would go to clubs, we would go, you know, to Hollywood, Hollywood Live, the Century Club, you know, places like that. I mean, really nice places, but every time it would be a shooting or something like that. So as I'm playing baseball at Santa Monica College, I'm watching all of this. So I went to, we were hanging out at Fridays one night in the marina. It's not there anymore. So we come out and these guys get into it. And as we're walking out, 5 guys jumped on one guy. And, you know, everybody's watching the fight. This guy's getting beat down, stumped, and it was just like out of a movie. 3 guys come running around with guns, shoot right at them, run up on a guy, shoot the guy in the head right there. So in the midst of, or in the time,
the guys that were doing the beat down, or the guy that was down,
the guy that was down,
him?
it was his friend.
Oh, okay. So
and out of the 5 guys, he shoots one in the head.
Okay.
And then so that happens in that time frame, and it's weird because there was a hotel that was right across the street. I ran into the hotel. I saw Derek Harper, who was on the Dallas Mavericks at the time. That's about the time that all that stuff happened or whatever else. So within that 3 or 4 weeks, a couple things happened. Number one of my best friends in the whole world, Kenneth Humphrey, died in a car accident. He got hit by a drunk driver. That happened. We were hanging out at a restaurant, and a kid got shot right next to me because they getting into a fight about being in line or something like that. That happened. Then I saw another guy get shot in the back coming back from the Century Club. That happened. And then this. So I had a scholarship offer, baseball scholarship offer, to go to Biola University. It's right here in LA. And I just needed to get away from LA, man, and kind of decompress from that because I thought I would be next. Yeah. So it's a heightened sense of, you know what, I need to do this for me, not only for my mental health, but you know, as a black man, it wasn't other people, it was us that was doing that or whatever else. And me, you know, as a mature man now, I know it's not just that's a whole bunch of other factors that go into it. Right. So I decided to not take the scholarship at Biola, and I ended up going to Talladega College in Talladega, Alabama, and playing there. Also, I did play quarterback. I played quarterback when I was a kid in Baldwin Hills, at Baldwin Hills Park, and we were really good with the Saracens, and I played with the Trojans, and I was supposed to go to Dorsey from there, but, you know, we ended up moving to Compton.
Did you ever know Joe Roseanne? The name? Because I think he coached on one of those teams, because that team over on the west, on the Crenshaw area. I forget where that park was, but they had some really good players. Warren Moon came out of Baldwin Hills. Yeah, it's a lot of players. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the running back, not the
He came out of there. It's a lot of guys
Yeah.
that played professional ball that came out of Baldwin Hills. So I played quarterback there.
Okay.
And then we moved to Compton. I played at Victoria Park, and then I went on to high school, and a guy by the name of George Malaulu was actually coming up behind me, who was a baller.
Yeah, he was.
And so I played backup quarterback instead of starting quarterback.
played
but
college, didn't
I
he?
played. He did. He went to University of Arizona. He played some professional ball.
as well,
Really
yeah.
good guy, man. He and I are friends to this day, or whatever else. So that's kind of how I matriculated through whatever else. So yeah, I was an athlete. I was voted most athletic in junior high school at 32nd Street Magnet. I'm very proud of that.
He is proud.
At 32nd in junior high school,
Yeah.
I was voted
Yeah.
most
9 years
athletic.
old.
At Carson, it was a little different. I got voted most school spirit, so whatever that means, or whatever else.
So you started talking about the Lakers.
Yeah, who our teams were.
So I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I was
Yeah.
going to say, my team was the Cowboys, but if we talking about basketball.
We're talking about basketball
Okay,
right now.
exactly. Since we talking about
No,
basketball.
we can say all four.
Oh,
So
yeah.
say all
I'll-
three sports.
I'll
Okay.
tell you, for me, I don't necessarily have a favorite basketball team
Mm-hmm.
because players switch so much. If you're talking about historically, it will be the Lakers.
Okay.
And the history of winning that organization brings with it, and the history of people who I think are some of the best players that ever played a game of basketball and played on that same team.
Absolutely.
The Lakers have put so much talent
Absolutely.
in basketball. I
Absolutely.
mean, everybody that's like a portal. They just come through the Lakers, and then they end up and they go to another team because they
Even
just get so
still,
much
yeah.
Or
talent.
they
Still to
come
this
from
day,
another
even still
team to
now.
the Lakers.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's usually because the Lakers are
we
trying
have to have
win
star
organization.
usually
Yeah.
Lakers
Organization,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yeah.
they are trying to get the best talent.
Dr. Buss.
People
Yeah.
want to be in LA.
Yeah.
Yeah,
People want to be in LA.
Yeah. And wanted to play for Dr. Buss. Doctor Buss is I met Dr. Buss personally, man.
Okay.
It was
did too.
weird.
I met him a
My-
couple
You
times.
better see, yeah, exactly. When you
Okay,
see
so-
Dr.
so-
Buss, he never by himself.
No.
I was I took my daughter. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. I want to hear your Dr.
wait a minute.
Best story,
I was
and I'll give you one.
okay. So I married my daughter's mom. So we got married. I met her when I was in college in Talladega. We married and consequently divorced. So my daughter would come
She
for the
quickly came
summertime.
to her senses.
My daughter would come stay with me for the summer. So as soon as she comes off the plane, we would always go to a movie. So we went over here to the movie theater in LA, and Dr. Buss was there with a gorgeous woman. So I was like, hey, you know what?
One?
Just one. It was one. It was one. But we were going to see Harry Potter. So I guess he was taking her to see Harry Potter. I ain't mad at him. It is what it is. But I met him. He was really nice, really generous. Took a picture with myself and my daughter or whatever else. So that's my Dr. Buss story.
That's your Dr. Best story.
So I'll tell you mine quickly. I dated a girl who was a pharmacy assistant, and the pharmacist that she worked for was the wife of Dr. Buss's right-hand man.
Okay. Okay.
So I actually got to meet him, go in, take a picture with the championship basketball. Dr. Buss comes in. He had to be, at that time, I don't know, man, because I was a little younger, so maybe 70, maybe.
Okay. Okay.
Had 3 girls with him.
Oh, absolutely.
Looked like supermodels. Every time I saw them 3 times. Each time, 3 girls looked like supermodels. I don't know if he was ever married or if he wasn't, but that was kind of his thing.
No, he was
I don't-
married
Coolest
just to,
dude you ever want to meet, though.
right.
Yeah,
right.
he-
That's how I met you. It was 3 women, and they were all with you at the golf course. Yeah, and they were just like, man, what? I met him.
like the look
I met
man,
him,
like-
and he had 3 women with him. I was like, I want to know who that guy is. I'm like, who's? Oh, yo, that's the Mayweather. I was like, oh, Mayweather. Okay, like,
Mayweather?
yeah,
The
that
Mayweather,
Mayweather.
right,
He was part of the Mayweather clan. You know, Money Mayweather. He was like, nah, man. He get mad when you say this. He was like, nah, man. It's MAE, man. I said, okay, yeah.
The only way to spell it.
Right.
The true spelling.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's make it. Get it right. It's M-A-E. It's Mayweather.
Yeah, that's right.
But I have a Dr. Buss story. It's kind
Okay.
of different story. I don't know him I don't know that guy that well. I just happened to have a friend who lived next door to the Busses.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in Newport Beach. That was, back in the day, and I did get a chance to meet him through my neighbor, through his neighbor.
Got it.
And he was cool. You had the
well,
same
when
experience.
he bought
was
that
cool.
team,
Yeah,
though.
Down to earth guy.
No, he was very, very cool.
did.
Yeah.
And and back in the day too, when the Lakers had their team out there, but we got a chance to hang out at
In Inglewood?
In Inglewood.
Okay.
The Forum, yeah,
Okay.
the Forum.
At the Forum.
The Forum Club.
Fabulous.
The Forum Club,
The
man.
The Forum Club was the Forum Club.
Yeah.
That-
Yeah.
And then they would leave there and go down into I can't think of his name.
Staples Center, you talking about?
No.
No.
They'd leave. They would leave the club,
Forum Club,
and go and
Oh, the Forum Club. Okay.
yeah. And what was the restaurant
another
in
club.
Marina Del Rey? It used all the Lakers used to go after they would leave the club. They would go and
Oh, wherever. Okay.
Not Jerry's. Not
no,
Jerry's.
it was before Jerry's. It was I can't think of the name of it, but it was right in the middle of.
Hey, man, get your stories together, man. We can't sit here.
I'm sorry,
and
they
be
cut-
wondering about what you're doing
they
all the
cut-
time.
well,
I would
that's-
know.
Time,
you know-
whatever.
Yeah,
Man, you don't know, man. Good Lord.
Well,
it was just,
I'm
it
older.
was the
I'm
Beverly
ol- I'm
Club.
older.
What
No,
is it?
I'm older.
What
My
is it?
experiences go.
You
a
see,
little
you
further
try to
back.
act
Yeah,
old.
and they're fast. A lot of
Del Rey,
experiences.
Cheesecake
Marina Del
Factory.
Rey.
Right.
But it was
No, but it's probably.
But all the Lakers used to hang out in
Okay,
there.
okay,
And
okay.
there were a couple of shootings in there. I can't think. I wish. Okay.
Okay, so you're
Lakers.
Lakers. You're well, it kind of Lakers, Cowboys,
I'm a Brown fan,
and then
I'm with the Lakers right now, but yeah, I'm a Cowboys fan.
okay, you Cowboys fan. Yeah, I'm a Cowboys fan, and we'll talk about how we. You know what? I do want to ask.
Okay, well, I got to stop
I
you
do.
there because I'm a Raider fan.
I'm a
Okay,
Raider fan.
I'm
what I
a
mean?
Raider fan.
See how you
So
try to be a
Raider
bully,
fan.
like
So-
you try
so-
to
so-
make me
yeah.
jump right there. You see, this is what Raider fans do.
So let's just stop this right now. Talk to him, Fred.
I'm a
Red.
Raider fan.
Raiders.
It goes Lakers.
Yeah, goes Lakers.
Can't deal with the Clippers.
Right.
They're kind of like a renter.
I don't even
Get
like
here
the, I don't
and-
even like the
and
Clippers.
just rented spot in LA.
Yeah.
Now they're trying to,
to
build
buy
a
it all
spot.
up now.
Yeah, trying
Yeah.
to buy it all up. What the heck's
Right.
with that?
Right.
But anyway, so it's Lakers, it's Dodgers, not the Angels, it's
Not
the Dodgers.
right?
That's
right.
the three.
And
That's
then
the three.
it's
You just called
then
it.
it's the Raiders.
The Raiders.
And for college sports, it's kind of odd. I was USC football and UCLA basketball. People
Right.
say you can't do that.
Man, please.
But I agree.
Yeah,
But I
I'm
bet you
LA,
anybody
man.
that lived in
I'm LA.
Anybody that lived in Los Angeles,
Yeah.
probably followed that line right there.
Yeah,
yeah.
we all want to be winners.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, come on, man.
basketball,
UCLA, how
USC
many
football.
championships? They have more championships than anybody.
Throughout the other sports, UCLA is there.
Yep.
They had track and field. They had
did.
baseball, but so did SC. So
Sure.
both of those kind of are a wash.
Right.
But for basketball, it was UCLA. I mean, man, you had Lou Alcindor, which was Kareem. you know.
Absolutely.
I mean, you had a ton of players that came through there from LA, Greenwood.
Yep.
Just a ton of players.
Westbrook,
Yeah.
Westbrook.
Yeah, Westbrook.
Yeah, Westbrook.
Russell
you know,
Westbrook,
coming
man.
through.
Hall of Famer.
I mean, so they've always had
Derek Martin.
Yeah, they've
Yeah,
always had
yeah,
good
Derek
talent.
Martin.
But then when you turn to football, I mean, SC, man, that
man,
was
come
it.
on.
Charles White, Marcus Allen,
Marcus
OJ.
Allen.
I know that's a bad thing to say is OJ.
You know
but
what?
Man, let me tell you.
I'm gonna tell you
Oh,
something about
wait,
that.
but it's-
I mean, outside of that little thing that happened where he cut off his wife's head,
there
there
outside
is
of that,
that.
outside of that, allegedly,
Yeah.
he LAPD, so he might know a little bit something about it. or
Well,
whatever. He was like, I actually knew what happened with it.
I do know a little bit about that, but I want to go back to that piece because they said Marcus Allen was a person that I started to dislike when the whole thing that happened with OJ, when all the stuff that came out with OJ,
Right.
and that made me look like made Marcus look like a bad guy. to
Yeah.
me. 'Cause-
Are you
Marcus,
okay?
Mark-
I didn't like Marcus Allen as a kid.
Yeah, Marcus.
Really?
Marcus is not.
I can tell you guys this story.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
'cause,
okay,
man,
okay.
We
My
had to do that
stepfather-
list.
Okay.
And Marcus Allen are somehow related.
Oh wow.
So
Your
my
stepfather?
I believe
Right.
Marcus Allen's father, who we called him Chili Ball at the time, I don't know why, was
You said Chili
my
what?
stepfather's cousin.
Okay.
Marcus Allen actually came to my house once when I was little.
Oh wow.
Promised me some Puma football cleats.
Right.
Next time I
Marcus-
saw him or his dad, they came. Now he didn't come back ever, but his dad came all the time.
Okay,
because my
okay.
stepdad,
And you
my
didn't
relative,
get them cleats
never
at
got
all?
still to this.
Never got them
Man.
Pumas.
And you know, as a
And-
little kid, you
Yeah,
think you
oh,
get some
yeah,
cleats.
you-
I'm
you
telling
were
everybody
hanging
at
on
school,
that, yeah.
nothing.
and that's
They
why
like,
you
man,
were
you ain't never seen Marcus Allen before. You don't know.
right.
To this day, I'm
Right.
like,
Yeah.
I got a
So that's why you wear
I got a
Nikes
bone
and
to Marcus.
and
But
Jordans.
I-
Right.
I-
Yo,
no
yo,
Pumas.
You don't hear too much
Pumas.
about Marcus
No
now,
Pumas.
but he didn't have a really good reputation. I don't
he
think.
didn't.
Okay, are we gonna talk about rumors? Because the rumor is now you know Marcus
Him and Al
Allen
Davis.
had his wedding in OJ's backyard.
Yes.
Yes.
And the Brentwood place, right?
Yes,
Whatever
yes,
else.
yes.
But you also heard some other things that Marcus was maybe messing around with, such
call
and such. I don't want to go too far with all that or
true.
whatever.
Yeah,
else.
well,
it's a lot of incestuous stuff that's going on
70s
in
and
that.
80s. There was a whole lot going on at
There's
that
a
time.
whole lot
It
going
was-
on
it was-
in something like that.
Ron Ship was a really good
That's
friend
right,
of
because
mine.
he was a LAPD guy,
in
right?
fact, we worked together. Ron and I are friends today.
Okay, okay.
And he got a bad deal out of
You
that.
got some friends? You got people that actually.
Yeah, I do.
Just would-
I
okay,
do.
all right.
And he was really close to OJ.
Yeah.
He was really close to Nicole. Okay. And he had he had to come in and testify.
Yeah, that's tough.
He had to come in and testify, and to this day, he'll tell you because he went as OJ and Ron Ship were tight. I
Yeah.
mean, really tight at SC, and
Did he go to SC with?
yeah, they were
okay.
there at the same time.
Okay.
and that was a tough one.
Yeah.
that was a tough
Yeah,
one.
I bet.
And Marcus made it even worse because he exposed some information that made Nicole look bad.
Right.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
yeah, it is. So you're Raiders, Dodgers, Lakers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were semi-Lakers,
LeBron
Dodgers.
James, wherever he goes.
Yeah, well, and he'll tell you he loves LeBron.
He likes LeBron.
You know what I was thinking the other
Best
day
players
though?
that ever played basketball.
Let me tell you something. I'm glad you should say. I'm glad that you brought that up. Okay, because got to talk about Kobe and the way that Kobe was treated with the Lakers when LeBron showed up, and it.
What do you mean treated?
How was he treated? What you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, Kobe did 20 years. Kobe did 20 years with the Lakers.
Here.
Okay,
Sure. Absolutely. Here.
Okay, LeBron starts showing up, and as Kobe's getting to his end, they're basically pushing Kobe to the sideline and welcoming this new guy.
I disagree, but okay.
Yeah,
okay,
you
okay.
should just, but it.
That's the media. I think
Yeah,
that
that's
was
No,
media
no,
stuff.
agree with you.
Because Kobe,
Kobe and LeBron were close though.
yeah, Kobe and
LeBron had
LeBron were
high
close,
respect for
man.
Huh?
But Kobe and LeBron were close, man.
Kobe
really
and
close.
LeBron were not that close.
LeBron had high respect for
okay.
him though.
LeBron had respect for him.
Right,
Okay.
right.
But they were not close. And Kobe's wife will tell you all you need to know about what she thinks about LeBron.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't know this.
I mean,
would be interesting.
it's not. This. It's this. It's just one guy who's been the face of a team, and he's getting close to retire,
Retirement, yep.
and they're bringing in the new guy, and they're pushing this guy.
But they were separated by
they were
separated
separate,
by
so
4 or
it's not
5
like he was
years.
No,
really
but
there.
But you got all those relationships. You got all those company relationships. Some people were Kobe lovers, and some people were bringing in this new guy.
See, that makes no sense to me. But
Well,
I'm not. This is not an argument. This is not an argument. What I'm saying is
Yeah.
this. What I'm saying is this. Kobe was LA, and for me, my favorite Laker of all time is Shaquille O'Neal.
Okay.
Not because he was dominant.
Kareem, but go ahead.
But okay, but he was entertaining. I mean, because the bottom line, after all of this stuff, with no matter what, it's about entertainment.
My guy was
It's
magic.
about
My guy was magic. My
Right,
guy
about
was
entertainment.
magic. Yeah.
So it was magic before, but for me, it was Shaquille O'Neal. So I like that he was entertaining. I like that he was dominant. I like that he brought 3 championships to the Lakers. I like all of that stuff. I loved his personality. I met him personally. He was personable.
Kobe's got 4.
All that stuff. Man,
I'm just
well,
gonna
so
say-
does Shaq. Shaq
Yes,
has,
but-
Shaq has
but-
4.
How many
Honestly,
Kareem had?
Together, they
actually,
should have
Kobe
had
has
more.
5.
I know,
Kobe has
I know,
5.
no,
Kobe has 5.
no. But remember when Kobe got his 4th, when he got his 4th, remember his statement was
He got 5
what was his
years and
statement?
One more than
Milwaukee,
Shaq.
so that was-
No, when he got his 5th, you mean?
When he got
his 5th,
he
he
got-
said,
he got
okay,
one- yeah,
okay,
he got
right.
one more
But
than
I
Shaq.
but
Yeah,
we digress.
one more
But
than
look. Okay, so for me, as Shaq being my favorite player, I didn't like the fact that
favorite
Kobe,
Laker.
my favorite Laker, my favorite Laker. I didn't like the fact that Kobe didn't do more to keep Shaq there. Now, if you get into what actually happened,
Right.
Shaq was ready to re-up, and meaning that it was time for him to get another contract, $100 million contract. And Dr. Buss at the time was kind of playing hardball, and they were going through negotiations. So when they had the summer leagues in Vegas, and they still have the summer leagues in Vegas, Shaq's playing because they would play him in the first quarter, and they would send everybody down after that or whatever else. So Shaq runs down the court after dunking and looks straight at Dr. Buss, pay me my MF
Pay me my
money.
money. Yeah.
Pay me my
Yeah.
money. And he
Yeah, I
kept
remember this
saying
story.
it.
Yeah.
That, from what I heard behind the scenes, and my sources say, that rubbed Dr. Buss the wrong way.
It did.
So
It did.
when the Kobe and Shaq conflict happened, and you had to choose between the two, I think that had a big deal to do with it. Also, Kobe was younger.
Yeah.
So for me, as a Shaq fan and a Lakers fan, it hurt me that broke up because of all those things. It wasn't Kobe's fault that Shaq left. It was a whole bunch of other stuff. But it was Dr. Buss and what Shaq did. It was the amount of money. It was Shaq not coming in, quote unquote, in shape. And I'll say this about Shaq. He's so amazing to me because it's hard for a 7-footer to have that kind of impact on his joints for so long. You see, Bill Walton could never do it.
Right.
That's why he always had problems. Have you ever seen a 7-foot guy walk around? Man, it looked like he can fall at any time. So for him to be as athletic as he was, it was amazing for him to do that. Now, if you have to stay in shape, you can't stay in shape the same way a shorter man can do. Because what are gymnasts? Gymnasts are the little short dudes, and they can flip and do all because they're more limber and stuff like that. So yes, Shaq could have been in better shape. But all those things, Shaq not being in shape, him and Kobe, having the whose team is it or whatever. So I think Shaq would eventually came around.
But who?
all
when,
that
when
stuff.
you say that about Shaq, though, he still dominated being out
Absolutely.
of shape, quote
Absolutely.
unquote. So if you're Shaq, why should I get in shape? I'm still dominating.
See,
I'm
okay,
still the man.
I understand that. I understand that. But I think, and Shaq probably, and he said it before. He said, you know what? I should have been in better shape. But Kobe was maniacal.
Yeah.
I mean, maniacal at every single thing he did.
That's the thing. That's just what Kobe was made of, and it wasn't just Shaq. Kobe was hard.
anybody.
Kobe
was
was
hard on
hard on
everybody.
anybody.
On
On everybody.
On any and everybody.
Same as
You
Jordan.
can't be
Same
nice.
as Jordan.
You can't be
Very
nice.
similar.
Okay, so I was reading something the other day about, and this kind of irritated me just a little bit. I don't believe Isaiah Thomas when he starts talking about certain things, man. He seems real bitter, bro.
He is real bitter.
He's bitter.
He is
He's
bitter.
bitter about.
He is bitter.
Why do you think he's bitter?
Okay. Now, then let me set it up for you real quick.
And then we should probably start talking about.
I mean, you're not the boss of me, bro. Here.
I'm not trying to.
I'll fight you in
I
front of your
love
daughter.
back and front.
I called your daughter this morning. I said, if you get out, you know what she told me I
But
should
you know
do?
what? But you know what? If you fight
Hey,
me,
man, why
if
you
you fight
trying
me
to
in
touch
front of
me?
anybody
Why you
right
trying-
now, right now,
right,
there's going to be about 3 things that's going to happen.
Man, how many stories are we up right now? How many stories are we up? Have you ever flew before?
No, I'm
Have
not
you ever
going
flown?
to argue with you 20 this for her high.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
But you know what I'm going to do?
What?
I know where you live.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
That's true.
Okay.
That's true.
I know where to find you.
Because he just show up over my place all the
three
time.
things. Well,
Just
I'll
be
find
like,
three
man,
things.
Wait
One
a
of them is going to be
fatal. I know where to find you.
You know where to find
I know where to
me. You
find
know where to find me. You know where to find me. All right.
And I got the same golf clubs that you do.
And you got a gun.
And I carry a gun.
He does.
Okay.
It's an old gun too, man. You know, it's
don't
a
mess
musket.
with
It's a musket. He put the gunpowder in. He put the gunpowder in. He goes, I was just saying. All right, so Isaiah was talking about Michael Jordan, and he was, he basically said Michael Jordan was an asshole to everybody or
he
whatever
was. Come
else.
on, man.
He was.
So
He was.
yes and no. He was.
Everybody says
he
that.
was maniacal about his team and making sure that they stayed up to his level.
That's what you wanna
But
call
to
it.
everybody else,
Yeah, if that's
he
what you wanna
wasn't.
call
But
it.
but
Yeah.
you could say that about Kobe. You could say that
I do
about
say that about
Jerry
Kobe.
West. You can
I
say
say
that
that about
about
him too,
You
yes.
you can say that about the only great one that you really can't say that about. And I hate to say this because he
I know you
LeBron.
hate it. I know you hate
is
it. Go ahead and say
LeBron.
it. Let it come
Everybody
out.
because LeBron
Because
always.
I think he.
Because Kareem was the same way. He was
Yeah,
standoffish.
I just think he
Oh,
just
yeah,
likes
they
yeah,
called him
yeah,
aloof.
yeah, he's-
I'm sorry, Fred.
I
What
just
you saying?
think that
he's very-
LeBron
he was very aloof.
likes
Yeah.
his team to like him, so
True.
he'll defer.
True.
You know,
True. But why do you? But why do you
I
think
think
that?
it's more than just liking him. I think LeBron wants everybody to love him.
But why do you think that? You got to realize LeBron grew up without his dad.
Yeah.
And he grew up with just his mom. So now he's a kid everywhere he goes because he moved around a lot and stuff like that or whatever else. He has to be the new guy to get along with everybody. So I think that's part of his personality. That's in his DNA compared to what Michael Jordan had to go through, where him and his brothers were fighting all the time and it was super competitive.
Yeah.
LeBron didn't have that. And he became the guy and everybody looked up to him.
Yeah.
And he wasn't an asshole to anybody. So he knew, I can be a superstar and be a likable guy, but I think that comes from his
And I think
upbringing
that's
and
the
whatever
deal.
else.
I think he knows his greatness.
He does.
Appreciates his greatness, but he still wants his teammates to kind of like him.
Right.
And I think he's genuine, man. And the reason why I say that,
I
is-
think he's a good guy.
He's a genuine.
I
good,
think he's a good guy. I don't
the
think he's
school,
a bad guy.
The school that he built in Akron, the stuff that he does for his guys.
no
Rich
question.
Paul is probably the most powerful agent in sports right now.
Right now.
Smartest
Because
thing is he has that small.
He has that
circle,
small,
that
that group
for
of
years,
guys
yeah.
or whatever. But that's just now just a quick story. Like,
Well, you know what we probably should do is just kind of pick the teams that we're gonna like going forward, because we're kind of running out of time.
I mean, who made you executive producer, man? The executive
I
producer
think
is right there.
I think you did.
Oh, you did? Okay. Well, then I should've. Okay.
See, I'm trying to help you.
Trying to help
we
him out.
know better.
Yeah, so-
Okay. All right. So
told him.
right,
That's what
she's like, hurry
Wrap
up.
it up.
We had to come to a confrontation just to get to that.
So I know
that's this
I know who
dude.
your boss.
That's the guy.
Hey, man, can you
that's
put?
the guy you grew
Hey,
up
man, I'm
with.
seeing.
Yeah,
I'm
like
seeing.
I said,
I'm seeing.
unfortunately.
I'm seeing breast and nipple, man.
I'm trying to do
just
it
put?
quietly.
Can you
Yeah,
button
and
that
then
shirt
you
on?
get to your top
And he wants to
five.
fight.
Right,
And he
yeah.
wants to fight.
Okay, so what are your
Well, I'm
teams?
just gonna go straight Lakers again. I just period.
Lakers,
Yeah.
Lakers,
Lakers.
football. What about football?
Football. I'm a
Raiders, man.
Yeah,
Don't leave me now.
No, I'm not
You
gonna
just said Raiders.
I'm not gonna leave you, but the Raiders still got some work to do.
Hey,
So, yeah,
but
I'm-
is that your
but-
team?
yeah,
Is that your
You
squad?
ride-
Is that-
yeah,
you
that's
ride with them when
that's
it's
how
good,
I'm a
you
ride.
ride with them when
I'm
it's
with
bad.
you.
Y'all got some
That's
talent this
Yeah,
year.
we gonna
that's
do
how
something
I'm a
this
ride. I'm
Look,
a
both
ride
Cowboys
Raider.
fans, but we
Quarterback,
own
too.
our Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm a ride Riders. Yeah, I'm a Raider.
Y'all
I'm a
know
ride
we
Raider.
played in October, I believe.
We do.
Yeah, yeah.
We do. We should
Y'all
go.
at y'all
We'll go to that
stadium.
game.
I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be there.
I'll
Okay,
be there.
we're going to
Let's
the
all,
game.
why don't we just all go?
We'll
we
go.
can
We'll
do.
go. We'll have
we can
cameras
do-
following us because
we,
you're the
we
superstar.
can do a weekend
So-
in Vegas.
We absolutely will.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Play a little golf.
Get some golf.
Is it a
Play
Monday
some
night
golf?
game?
Huh?
I don't know. I'll check that.
I'd have
I'll
to
check
check.
I don't think
I'll
it's a
check
Sunday
that.
game. It's either a Thursday or a Monday night game, but we can make a weekend of it
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, that would be a lot
So
of fun.
you guys
we'll-
aren't crazy
we'll do
Raider
that.
fans.
No, I'm
Like-
a season ticket holder. Though.
Yeah, you're a season
Yeah.
ticket holder. But what I mean by crazy, Raiders fans, do you always think every year that y'all gonna win the Super Bowl? Because when you talk to Raider fans,
No.
especially
No, you know
LA
what?
Raiders
I get-
fans,
Not if you're a realistic Raider
especially
fan, you
our
know what
brethren
you're
of
sure of.
Latino
Yeah,
Laker
yeah.
fans.
Yeah.
I mean Raider fans, they love saying that they go into the Super Bowl. We got a friend Kendall that's a Raider fan. He thinks
He'll
every
be
year
there.
they
He'll
go
go-
into the
he'll
Super
go
Bowl.
to the
You know,
every year.
Well, there's saying it, and then there's that inside voice that you know.
Well,
man,
I'm just waiting for them to get a quarterback. That
We
can
got
hit-
one that can do something now.
Who's your quarterback?
Geno Smith.
Geno Smith?
Geno Smith is past
Man.
his time.
Nah, he,
No.
I think
You know,
he just threw for
he balled out
4,000.
He's not
Wait,
bad.
wait,
He's
wait,
not-
wait, wait,
well, everybody,
wait,
I could throw for
wait, wait,
4,000 right now.
yeah.
I'm just saying.
Next,
Yeah, well, out there in flag football.
next week, Gino and what's that boy that's got the beautiful wife? What's the cat that just left Pittsburgh?
Russell
Wilson.
Oh, Wilson.
Yeah,
Russell Wilson, right.
All those boys are going to be watching football next year. All those boys are going to be watching football next year.
Okay.
Nah,
Where's
Gino got a
Russell
couple year contract.
Yeah.
So
Where is Russell Wilson?
I think he went to
I
the
know
New
he-
York Giants.
He's with
Yeah,
the Giants
yeah,
now.
he's with the Giants.
Yeah, he's with
Yeah,
the Giants
he's
now,
with the
man.
Giants.
Yeah, he went from Pittsburgh to the Giants.
But next time we'll come back and maybe we'll get with your top five because you had asked about top five players.
Aiden, do we have
yeah.
time to go through our top five
No, she
basketball
said,
players?
"Are you getting?
No, she's like, I got
all you
to.
get-
She's
all
like,
you-
she like, wrap
all-
it
Yeah.
up.
all
She
you
like,
get-
wrap it up.
all you getting is an hour.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's right.
We got 32 more seconds, man. We got some.
Well, you may need to say
You
goodbye.
you don't know how to.
We got 32 more
But
seconds.
you don't-
you- 32 seconds to say goodbye.
You
You
need to
don't-
be wrapping that up and
you-
saying goodbye.
You don't know how to tell time. That's one. And I have to ride back with you. and I would like to
You
have
mean
a,
you assume that you're gonna ride back with me? Adrian might have to take you home the way you've been talking to me.
well,
lately, man.
you know
That's
what?
what's
Guess
going on.
what? Guess what? Guess what?
What?
If
What?
if you don't take me home, if you don't take me home,
You gonna bring out your musket?
no, I'm not gonna break out my musket. But every time you leave your street, you better look left and right, because I know where to find you, buddy.
So how was it to know Thomas Jefferson? I mean, were y'all cool?
No,
mean,
I didn't know
was it-
Thomas. I didn't know Thomas Jefferson.
You you
I didn't know Thomas.
You knew Alexander Hamilton. That's where you okay. I got
Yeah, I
you,
knew
got
Alex.
you.
I
So
knew
you
Alex.
gonna do-
I
you
called
gonna
him.
do-
I
you
called him
gonna-
Alex. I called him Alex.
You call him Alex. You call him. So we got to wrap this up, man. Thank you guys. I enjoyed every minute of it.
Absolutely.
Once again, we got Big Fred, we got Derek, we got Big O, and we got the man, the
Man.
myth, the legend.
Well, we could have done this for 3 hours. I bet.
Absolutely. man.
I think we could.
But Adrian's like, She's
Yeah.
like,
We
nope.
don't have 3.
Nope. Keep it rolling.
This is on her day off anyway.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Well,
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
very much.
Thank you.
All right.
And that's it.
That's a wrap.